EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Houston Texans. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Oh, hey.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Loose inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they got both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start on the ground. And right away, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And they'll run with Tucker. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
First down, Philadelphia.
Let's go. 18 Cardinals, go.
Here's Tucker. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Texans' 44-yard line.
They run. It's Tucker. And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Hey, look at the defense for these Texans. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
19 Lions.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Operating from the gun, Bauer. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. This defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Here's 2nd and 8. Now he's going to step, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Complete to Jones. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the most for 3 points. Game on.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here we go. Hey!
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cooper. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. The Texans are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cooper. And he's He's got this down to the 45.
84 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
On first down, it's Cooper. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Up the middle they go. It's Cooper. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
All right.
Now a handoff up the middle. Cooper. Take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. 14, Eagles 3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Unable to corral him. He fights through.
And he returns this to the 22. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. They're no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to jump a hole, the big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Off the play fake. Bauer.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Here's Ethan Evans now.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Up the middle they go. It's Cooper.
126 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On the quick, right?
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cooper. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, are going to take this to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
All right. 118. What's that?
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans are able to widen their advantage. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 35.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Operating from the gun, Bauer. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at the 44-yard line.
All right. 18. What's that?
They'll go play action here with Stroud. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
18. What's that?
Now a handoff up the middle. Cooper. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 36. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Here we go.
On third down, it's Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Go.
Play action. Here's Stroud. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so, and there's your end result right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11. at the 4-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Bauer. He finds Douglas complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Looking to throw. Bauer. Throw left side complete. That's Douglas. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Second and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
On the ground, it's Tucker. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Jones will come now in motion right. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. The first down screen pass, good for 5. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off-play action. Bauer. Wide open receiver complete. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
60 by Cut 19. Cut 19. 18 Pioneers. Let's go.
The final shot before break. Bauer. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. as time expires in the first half. And the Eagles go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I've established the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Ready? 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Have the 60, have the 60. March in, march in. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 19 tight, 19 tight.
In motion, the tight end. From the gun on 3rd down. Bauer. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
At the 45-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cooper. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
All right. 18.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cooper. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Here we go. 18. What's that?
And Stroud now to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Texans first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are able to add on to that lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. Bauer.
Now, back foot throw there is incomplete.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. From the gun on 3rd down. Bauer.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Back to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Douglas. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. From 17 yards out.
And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit.
Now the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Powers by at the 40. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
163 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 43, here's 2nd and a couple. Stroud looking to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Tony.
Up the middle they go. It's Cooper. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower. That front seven reacted to the football almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
19 seconds. Here we go.
Right back to him on first down. Now he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
2nd and 7.
Here we go. Let's go. 18.
Stroud sets up the play action. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
He finds his man. Complete. That's McGee.
And the Texans are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Love it. Here we go. 18. What's that?
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal.
On the quick, right? 118. What's that?
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Shelling through the defense. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Texans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now.
17.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Operating from the gun, Bauer. Well, that'll be incomplete. And it took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. 70 range.
From the gun on third down, Bauer. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Let's go. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Texans take over an excellent field position.
Wow, just let it. Swap. Mother swap.
On first down, it's Cooper. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
From the 24 now, here's second and a yard.
Oh, right.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cooper. Oh, able to avoid him. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 224 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A 2-yard touchdown grab. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25.
42. Eagles 17.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try to pick themselves back up.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Off the play fake. Bauer. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Looking to throw. Bauer. Oh, had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. In motion goes the tight end. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. No reason not to try it there. And they do indeed convert on 4th. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Tucker. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
60 by 6, 69, 69.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bauer. And he'll be brought down at the 44, well short of the 1st down marker. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Let's go. 19, Tiger. 19, Pioneer. Back in 60.
Operating from the gun, Bauer. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here we go.
On third down, it's Cooper. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
At their own 20-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on and get back to practice in the next couple of days.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Operating from the gun, Bauer. Jones has it. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Here's 3rd and 3.
17 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
He finds his man, complete. It's back. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
60 back there. 60 back there. Go.
Back to throw. Bauer. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
Oh, and. Whoa. 18.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So Houston going to come away here with the victory.
But if you step back and look at this, CD, a pretty impressive victory. Not the best defense in the NFL they were going against, but it is a top 10 defense in this league, and they're pretty sound, but yet they found a way to get it done and get the victory.
Yeah, I got to give them credit because I think their game plan was really, really strong for this one. They knew where they wanted to attack. They knew how they wanted to execute, and they did it with confidence and a little bit of verve as well.
So for the Texans, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Los Angeles. Last stop in town before I hit the road. And it was hot. I said, man, point that fan at me. And I'll be good to go. Wasn't playing songs for long when came in candidly. But the prettiest young thing I ever saw.